Hi folks, it's Kelvin here, We Run coach for Leeds and surrounding areas as well as online coaching. In this little video, I'd like to share some thoughts on strides. So the first thing that I will say is strides aren't a different running technique. It's distance running form, not sprinting, where we do very short efforts of quite fast running with big recoveries. So strides are mainly a neurological stimulus, so they're not taxing mechanically and they're not too taxing from an aerobic standpoint. What we're trying to do is force the brain to fire the muscles that we've already got as efficiently as possible. An analogy that I use sometimes when I'm explaining strides to people, imagine somebody's battery was flat on the car and it needed a jump start. And you've got like 5 people and they all want to give the car a push. And when it's time to push, they all sort of wander over willy-nilly and put their hands on the car and all try to push at different times as hard as they can. The car won't go very quickly. But if everybody got together and said, okay, let's get ready, get our hands on the car, and on 3, we're going to push as hard as we can. 1, 2, 3, and then we push, we're going to get the car moving quite quickly. So what we've got there is the same pool of strength used in a different way. And that's what we're doing when we do strides. We're trying to get the brain to use the muscles that we've already got in a more efficient way. Here's how to do strides. So strides want to be somewhere between 10 and 30 seconds long. The shorter duration is probably for slower runners and the longer duration is for faster runners. And it's with full recovery. So we always walk back. So I always do them in the same place where I can do the stride and then walk back, do the stride and then walk back. When we're getting into strides, it's worth doing them on a very slight uphill. It doesn't have to be steep. And as we progress this, we may then do a session on the slight uphill and do a session on the flat. When we're doing the actual stride, we want to build up gradually throughout let's say we're doing 20 seconds, gradually up, and maybe for the last like 5 seconds or so, hold a faster pace before gradually decreasing down and then walking back. It's wise to start with 1 session a week where we maybe add 4 strides into an easy run, making sure that we're well warmed up and making sure that, if you're new to strides, the first session you do, take it particularly easy and then build on that. We might then go to 5 strides and then 6 strides, and then we might split that between 2 runs where we do 2 lots of 4, 2 lots of 5, 2 lots of 6. So we get to the point where we're doing between 4 and 6 strides in 2 easy runs a week. And then we're also probably, for those people who do a midweek workout, I always do 4 or 6 light strides as part of my warm-up. The other thing we can do with strides is we can progress them into power production workouts and VO2 max workouts. So for those people who don't do kind of shorter, stronger reps, it's a really nice thing to maybe get up to 6 times 20-second strides and then start to elongate that a little bit. So we get up to like 6 times 45 seconds and then maybe 6 times 1 minute, and then maybe increase the duration. And this might come in the form of maybe like a midweek workout or something where we end up doing something like 8 to 16 times 1 minute on a slight uphill gradient, with like a kind of full recovery. So walking back down or a very, very, very easy jog back down. And then the progression from that would be like a VO2 max session, which again, kind of 8 to 20 times 1 minute on, 1 minute off on the flat. And how we incorporate these into training is something where you either need to do a lot of reading or maybe book a consultation with a coach like myself or Alexa. The other thing to mention is strides are for everybody, whether we're a slower runner, maybe just even getting into running, just doing some light, short strides can be really, really beneficial for our training. And there's a reason why the elites do strides a lot. It might be like within 2 workout, 2 easy runs and warm-ups on a workout, and maybe even some strides at the end of a longer run as well, because they are so beneficial. So if you've got any questions, please pop them in the comments below. And for now, happy running!